How do locals of Tongnan, Chongqing, use pickles to craft Jianghu cuisine? Why do they add more pickles on top? Which part of the monkfish do locals of Lanzhou, Shandong, use to wrap Chinese crepe?
This fish looks ugly, but its taste is delicate.
What unique flavors does honey, harvested by the Miao people of Yanjing, bring to lamb?
If the honey isn't ripe, it ferments in 2 to 3 months.
The journey of flavors begins now. Wild game in the mountains, seafood in the sea. Across China's vast expanse, diverse regions give rise to distinct, local flavors and culinary traditions. These unique local flavors transform into deep nostalgia, nourishing our hearts. Finding chicken in a pile of chili. What kind of Jianghu cuisine can Chongqing locals create with a little rooster? Standing here, I can hardly get closer. Living by the sea, why are locals of Lanzhou, Yuzhou, so fond of a particularly ugly fish?
It is simply very cute, fun, and my favorite.
One can experience 4 seasons all at once in a single mountain. What clever tricks do the Miao people living in the mountains of Yunnan have for cooking lamb? The lamb offal needs to be chopped very finely. Some parts are difficult to chop. Let's explore these unique rural flavors together. In Tai'an Town, Tongnan District, Chongqing, there's a remarkable lady skilled in Jianghu cuisine. She excels in cooking small ingredients and prefers serving dishes on large plates. So, in her hands, how will the little roosters and small carps be transformed into the unique flavors of Tongnan?
Jianghu cuisine is essentially about the homey feeling. It is characterized by large portions, focusing on hearty meals that cater to the masses.
The big plate dish, mentioned by Ran Hongmei, is a famous local delicacy in Tongnan, and also the signature dish of her restaurant. To find out more, I followed her to the local market. The roosters are truly beautiful.
We don't want it to be too big or too small. We only pick roosters, no hens.
Just roosters? Why?
Roosters are tastier when stir-fried. Their meat is tender.
What are the 2 red circles for?
Glasses in front of their eyes.
Glasses? Are these for the roosters?
Right.
Why put on glasses?
Glasses help prevent fighting.
Putting glasses on can block their sight. This reduces the chances of little roosters fighting. A local little rooster raised for 6 months, weighing around 1.5 kilos, is the preferred ingredient of Ran. Besides that, she's hunting for bargains in the market, specifically picking small fish. Why pick small ones instead of big ones?
Because we need small fish for making tongzi fish. Sir, how much is the fish?
12 yuan for 500 grams.
12? That's too expensive. Lower the price a bit. What's the price for regular customers?
For bulk purchase, it's 10 yuan. Sell it to them for 10 yuan.
Okay, 10 yuan for bulk purchase.
Thriftiness is Ran's way of life. Though she uses small ingredients like little rooster and carp, her secret recipe brings out their best flavor. Pickle jars are a staple in every Chongqing household. At Rance, they even occupy a special corner each one filled with clean tender ginger, chili, and radish. The amount of salt is the final touch that defines each family's pickle flavor, with the right balance in the maker's hands. The aged brine is the soul. Its age, defining the taste. So, how do pickles enhance the flavor of little carp and rooster? Because the name of the dish is called Tongzi fish.
So it must be small.
Why?
Because it looks better on the plate. Also, it absorbs the flavor.
Absorbs the flavor?
Yes. Once cooked, customers are drawn to it, eager to eat. Just by looking, they already crave it.
Right. Broad bean paste lays the foundation for the bold flavor of Tongzi fish. Now, the tangy pickles make their grand entrance. Peppercorn, green onions, and black bean sauce build a complex flavor profile. The small carp are now entering the pot, soaking in the base. But next, why does Ran add more pickles? Haven't we already added pickles? Why layer more on top?
Adding extra pickles enhances the rich, homely flavor. The taste of mom's cooking, of grandma's kitchen. It also makes the dish more visually appealing.
Visually appealing. The second round of pickles gives the small carp a more tangy, appetizing kick. Once the fish is removed, sweet potato starch is mixed into the base, thickening the sauce to cling perfectly to the carp. Actually, Ran's signature dish is the restaurant's star attraction, spicy stir-fried chicken. However, she has entrusted the cooking to her husband, Zhang Xingfu.
Do your best. Make it even better than usual. Put your heart into it. We're going on TV, so we must showcase the best for Tongnan's reputation. Put your heart into it.
Absolutely.
Ran's constant reminders left her husband and apprentice, Zhang, visibly tense. This only heightens my curiosity. What secret techniques lie behind this dish?
Chop it into small pieces, about 1 centimeter each.
1 centimeter? That's tiny.
If the pieces are too big, they won't absorb the flavors. First, the claws are removed, followed by the neck, then the rest is portioned.
Cutting the rooster into precise 1 centimeter chunks requires true skill. All the while, Ran stood close by, watching closely, worried that Zhang might tarnish her signature dish.
Too big. Make it smaller, even smaller.
In our family, my mom always takes the lead. That goes for my grandma, and my aunts too. It's always like this. Men just do what they're told. A bit like obedient husbands, you know?
Yet her seemingly henpecked father is the pillar of the family. Not only does he carry the title of head chef, but he also shoulders the burden of supporting the family. Chopping the chicken into small pieces is just the first step. What follows is even more surprising. Sir, why are you using so much oil?
It's for frying. You need more oil to fry it properly.
Why use lard?
Lard makes the chicken tender.
Really?
And adds savoriness, resulting in a tastier dish.
The ratio of lard to chicken is nearly 1 to 1. Heavy oil is a hallmark of spicy stir-fried chicken. As the chicken fries in the sizzling lard, its exterior turns golden, and its moisture gradually evaporates, signaling it's time to season. Here you need peppercorn, broad bean paste, and, of course, pickles make their entrance. The sight of the bright red chicken is mouth-watering. Yet Zhang reveals that the dish is only halfway done. What happens next leaves me utterly astonished. So much chili here?
For 1 portion of chicken, you need about 750 grams of chili.
So, there's actually more chili than chicken, right?
Exactly.
Standing here, I can hardly get closer. The chili is fully stir-fried in lard, releasing capsaicin and enhancing the dish's vibrant color. The chicken then reunites with the chili, creating a striking mix of red and green, an irresistible feast for the appetite.
Here come the dishes.
It has that dry, fragrant flavor.
Exactly.
The flavors fully absorbed into the chicken. The family's collective effort has turned the spicy stir-fried chicken into a hometown staple for Tongnan people and brought both pride and happiness to Rant's family.
In the past, monkfish were unwanted. It is simply very cute, fun, and my favorite.
Meet Wei Benchon, a native of Lanzhou, Rizhou. Known for his expertise with a peculiar fish, he's a legend in the local market.
He's a real fish expert. He's honest and skilled.
His monkfish dishes are famous.
That devil-look fish with big mouth, he makes it delicious.
The monkfish, an ugly star of the sea, boasts a huge mouth, sharp teeth, a flat body, and slimy skin. What draws Wei to this seemingly unappealing fish?
I know monkfish inside out. I call myself the monkfish king.
Just how well does Wei knows this fish to earn himself such confidence?
Look at its eyes. Clear and plump. Great quality, and the slime. This one's from Haijiu Bay. That one's from the open ocean. See here, it's paler.
The belly's paler.
This fish weighs 3.1 kilograms.
3.1 kilos, that precise? Madam, weigh it for me. And see if he's right.
Just off by less than 50 grams. You are really amazing. Sure enough, exactly 3.1 kilos.
Really that accurate?
Yeah.
Wei's precision isn't just from feel. He has a second method. The fins. He says, the dorsal fin is about 8 centimeters. The tail fin 10 centimeters. Meaning it's about 2.5 years old. At this age, a monkfish's ideal weight is roughly 3 kilos. Hearing this left me speechless, but silently admiring. Oddly enough, with so many fish in the market, Wei favors the ugly ones. What's his next pick? We all know, fresh fish can be judged by the eyes, so why use a flashlight? What's the name of this fish?
Locally, we call it mouse fish.
It does resemble a mouse.
See from this side, it looks like a mouse. It's also known as peeled fish.
Its skin feels like sandpaper.
Yes. The skin isn't tasty.
Like drum leather.
Right. With the flashlight, it's clear. See the green tint.
So freshness is shown in the bright eyes, right?
Right.
And the green fins.
Yeah, this one's from Haijiu Bay. This one is not good. Look at the fins. This one has green fins.
The green fins.
But this one has white fins.
The white fins.
Look at our local mouse fish. The fins are like airplane wings. This one, though, is dull and pale. The local mouse fish makes a rich, milky white soup. As creamy as milk broth.
You might think that Wei is just showing off with a flashlight. But that's far from the case. While we usually check the fish's eyes for freshness, Wei examines the pupil, which not only indicates freshness, but also records the water quality of its growing environment. This mouse fish from Haijiu Bay is top-notch. Known scientifically as Thamnoconus modestus, it's also called mouse fish in some places. Lanzhou locals love its tender meat and fresh broth, enhanced by a touch of crown daisy, where the plant's fragrance meets the ocean's saltiness. I've seen Wei's skill in picking fish. But what are his secrets to cooking it?
In the past, monkfish were unwanted. It is simply very cute, fun, and my favorite. Since 1993, I've been learning to cook it. The monkfish from Haijiu Bay is fatty. Unlike the lean ones from the south, it has a unique taste. Despite its ugly appearance, the flesh is thick, tender. It tastes crispy and fragrant. This fish looks ugly, but its taste is delicate.
So how do we prepare it?
The first step is to grab these two eyes.
Look at its teeth.
We'll remove its sharp teeth.
First, teeth removed.
Yeah.
The teeth are sharp and there are several layers, right?
Yes, the power of the monkfish lies in its teeth. Try it yourself.
It's really sharp.
When it hunts small fish in the sea, it opens wide like this, roar, and all the fish get caught.
Your description is so vivid. So, the teeth must be chopped off, right?
Yes, chopped off.
For over 30 years, Wei has mastered monkfish, knowing every detail. For example, he cuts the meat along the grain to keep the fibers intact during cooking.
Add some chili, a bit of sauce, let it simmer, and the flavor is irresistible.
Braised monkfish is a taste of home for Lanzhou locals, and a constant in Wei's life. Yet, he says the fish's highlight isn't the meat. It's this part.
Cut here. Remove it.
These two pieces are the liver.
Yes, the liver. Fish liver from the sea, foie gras from the land.
This is the ocean's foie gras, right?
Exactly, packed with vitamin A and even good for your skin. And the fish liver oil comes from this.
It's smooth. Silky texture is unmatched by any other liver. Monkfish liver makes up a quarter of its weight. To highlight its star status, Wei adds a supporting role. Clams, the so-called king of umami. A perfect match for monkfish liver. But then, he surprises me with 2 duck eggs. How will this unlikely trio create a dish? Are we going to scoop the clam meat out by hand?
Yes, see this muscle here?
The muscle, right?
Yes, push it up. And the meat
Comes out whole.
right, intact, and the shell is clean.
So, we just find the muscle, and then just push it up.
And it won't stick. Exactly.
Yes, and no waste.
For the duck eggs, your turn. Peel and mash it into a paste.
These are cooked, right? Salted duck eggs.
The duck egg is rich in oil, blending perfectly with the fish liver. Fresh, tender, delicious, and fragrant.
Can't wait to see how Wei's going to cook the monkfish liver. Adding the liver to the sautéed sauce. Then mix in the crushed salted duck egg. And let it all simmer with the clam broth and meat. Under the heat, the 3 ingredients meld into a thick, rich fish liver sauce. Wei also has a standard way to eat it.
Wrap it in a Chinese crepe. Top with a lettuce leaf. And roll it up.
In Lanzhou, it's always wrapped in a Chinese crepe.
Exactly.
Well, let me try the original flavor.
Fragrant, isn't it?
Yes, it's amazing. The monkfish liver brings a delicate, smooth richness and sweetness, while the chive roots add a crisp, fresh crunch, creating a perfect balance of flavors. The tender fish liver and the fatty, rich fish meat. Wei has dedicated his youth to this fish. With his passion, he's perfected the hometown flavor of Lanzhou. In Yanjing County, in the city of Jiaotong, Yunnan, a unique Miao feast is about to begin. Hello, Jiao.
Hello.
By the time I arrived, this was already the 6th cup. What's this ceremony?
This is our Miao people's grandest welcoming ritual. It's our reception wine, also known as gate-blocking wine. We greet distinguished guests here with it.
Jiao Chenxiu seems delicate, but she's actually a skilled chef. At the village feast, she'll be making a Miao-style whole roasted lamb with her friends. Before they start, she needs to find a sweet seasoning. What could it be? Hello, sir.
Hello.
I've never seen this round barrel-shaped beekeeping tool before. It looks like a tree. Is it?
Yes, it's a section cut from a tree.
And the inside is hollowed out.
Yeah, completely hollowed out, keeping it warm in winter and cool in summer. This type of bee can only harvest honey once a year.
Tao Wendy has been beekeeping for decades. He places the wooden barrels in the primeval forest, waits for wild bees to build their nests, and then brings them back for farming. So how does he harvest honey from the barrel?
We lay a sheet of paper inside. And when the honey drips down, it collects on the paper. After harvesting, we just pull out the paper, keeping the barrel clean. There's a little bit of honey, but this is unripe. Ripe honey can be stored for up to 3 years without changing in taste or appearance. If the honey isn't ripe, it doesn't last long. It ferments in 2 to 3 months. And the taste changes.
Then its quality changes.
And it won't taste good.
Honey is not only a common drink, but also a seasoning. Used in cooking, it adds sweetness and helps with coloring. Spread a layer of honey at the bottom of a bowl and arrange the slices of pork belly neatly on top. After steaming, the honey-glazed pork releases a delightful aroma. The right amount of sweetness also helps cut through the richness of the pork. Tao says, while honey can be harvested, some must be left for the bees to survive the winter. Jiao Chenxiu says, the Miao people, living deep in the mountains, not only master beekeeping, but also know how to use honey. With the harvesting tool, honey flows out smoothly. While waiting, Jiao Chenxiu begins preparing the whole lamb. To remove the gamey smell, she boils a mix of over a dozen spices to release their aroma. After cooling, she soaks the whole lamb in the mixture for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, she combines various seasoning powders, rapeseed oil, and egg liquid, stirring them into a thick paste. At this point, the honey hasn't been used yet. So what role does honey play in the whole roasted lamb?
Using honey gives the lamb skin a golden color.
Golden color.
Looks nicer, and the meat is more tender and flavorful.
So, the honey has already been diluted, otherwise, it wouldn't have such good stretch.
And it would be too thick.
Right, it would be too thick.
Yes.
It's diluted, just a thin layer. Should we brush it on here?
Yes.
Here we go. Once the honey is applied, we can add the
seasoning.
It looks golden.
Right.
Inside, there should be turmeric.
There's turmeric, egg, white angelica root, and bay leaves, which give it a nice fragrance and color.
With honey as the base, followed by the marinade, after 30 minutes, the lamb is ready with its final coat. During the roasting process, the fructose in the honey works its magic, giving the lamb a golden crust. Jiao Chenxiu says the whole lamb needs to roast for 3 hours. Next, it's time to prepare the lamb offal for the Miao dish Yangxing. This dish not only has a strange name, but also requires a strong person to make it. What's the trick for making this awful dish?
First, each piece is chopped with a knife. then fried in a pan, followed by adding broth. To cook.
How do you come up with this way?
The offal meat is limited itself, so we chop it up and make it into a soup, so everyone gets a share.
I'll give it a try. Let me chop a bit.
Okay.
It's my first time chopping lamb offal this finely. Some parts are hard to chop, they're tougher than liver.
Yeah.
The intestines and stomach are tougher, right?
Yes, they're not as soft.
Yeah. So it takes some effort. This way of cooking is called Yanxing. Different regions have their own way of making lamb offal. Some prefer fresh, flavorful soup. Some wrap lamb meat in the stomach, making it the roasted mutton wrapped in lamb tripe. Others may wrap the lamb liver in caul fat and deep fry it. Lu Hao says Yanxing is a traditional Miao dish. The chopped lamb offal is stir-fried repeatedly until all the moisture is gone. Then seasoned with peppercorn and chili to enrich the flavor. After adding water, it's boiled on high heat. The offal rolls and flips in the pot, transforming from a gamey smell to a fragrant one, with a chewy, springy texture. This is the Miao people's cooking secret. After 3 hours of charcoal roasting, the whole roasted lamb makes its stunning appearance. The honey and sauce create a crispy crust, with the meat's aroma subtly blended with floral and fruity notes, leaving everyone eager to taste. You'll notice the lamb skin is crispy, and when you bite into it, there's a hint of sweetness. That's the honey at work, right?
Yeah.
Other roasted lambs without honey lack the sweet aftertaste.
True.
Jiao Chenxiu says that, in Miao culture, the larger and thicker the meat slices, the more respect is shown to guests. Lighting the bonfire, playing the lusheng, the Miao people express their longing for a better life in their own way. In the face of nature's gifts, people turn their love for home into the flavors that linger on the palate. Large platters of food, generously loaded with ingredients, reflect the fiery, passionate spirit of Tongnan locals' lives. Transforming seafood into a unique experience. This is the ultimate pursuit of flavor by Lanzhou locals. The Yanjing Miao people, living in the mountains, understand the meaning of sharing. One roasted lamb, one bowl of soup, is the perfect embodiment. Adapting to nature and using local resources, people craft their own unique flavors, with wisdom and imagination.